From the intense pressures and risks that come with celebrity fame, to the heartwarming tales of his on-set generosity and kindness. These are the reasons Keanu Reeves does not have a bodyguard. Here's why. We're talking no intimidating muscle man shadowing his every move. No one on constant lookout. Now don't get me wrong, being a celeb isn't always glitz and glam. Far from it, in fact. When you're famous, you're like a walking target. I mean, there are all sorts of loonies out there. Overly zealous fans, paparazzi hounds, and straight-up thugs. Who wouldn't mind a chunk of your fortune, right? So, it's no wonder that the celeb circuit is filled with these hulking bodyguards. You know, the kind who would throw themselves at a flying bullet or take a wrestler down. You've got people like Jay-Z's guy, Julius DeBoer, who was a real champ when Solange Knowles went all ninja on Jay in an elevator in 2014. Then there's Britney Spears' old bodyguard, Mark Chinapen. Remember him? He testified for Britney during that insane conservatorship drama in 2021. And who can forget? The iconic Kevin Costner-Whitney Houston connection. Yeah, it was just like that movie they did together, The Bodyguard. But this was real life. Costner hired a legit bodyguard, Bill Urfirth, to keep an eye on Houston during the filming. One time there was this complete psycho who got into Houston's hotel with a gun and a knife. But our man Urfirth was a hero. He took down the stalker and held him till the cops arrived. And ever heard of Bodyguard superstar Pascal Duvier? If you're a Kardashian follower, you probably have. Dude was Kim Kardashian's shadow for years, starting in 2013. But guess what? He wasn't there when Kim got robbed in Paris in 2016. Yep, that's right. She was left all alone with some gun-wielding nutjobs. Fans believed that if he had been there, she might have been safe. This just goes to show why celebs need a bodyguard. But let's not be too hard on Pascal. Before that fateful night, the guy had come through for Kim, big time. You know, one time in 2016, this absolute joker tried to plant one on Kim's, well, backside. Just came out of nowhere. But Duvier, the superstar, tackled the prankster to the ground before he could even pucker up. That's not all. A year before that, Kim was in New York. You know, just doing her thing, when this horde of fans swarmed her. It was crazy. But Duvier? Dude was like a human shield, kept the mob at bay, giving Kim space to breathe. Now that's a bodyguard, right? And it wasn't just Kim. Pascal was also on protection duty for Kanye West, Kim's hubby. Back in 2014, some loose cannon tried to sock Kanye in the face. Our man Duvier stepped in to save the day. But back to our man Keanu. Despite all the crazy that can happen, he's just out there doing his thing without a bodyguard. So here's the million-dollar question. Why on earth doesn't Keanu Reeves, Hollywood big shot, have a bodyguard trailing him wherever he goes? It's pretty mind-boggling, especially when you consider just how bonkers the world of showbiz can be. But you see, the first reason is that our boy Keanu, he's got a different vibe. One thing you should know is that he's a real private guy, a bit of a lone wolf, if you will. Loves his freedom more than a bird loves the open sky. And the last thing he wants is a horde of nosy paparazzi on his tail. So no big entourage, no eye-catching bodyguards. It's all about keeping it low-key. Now don't go thinking Keanu's like those celebs who claim to be just like us, while chilling in their mega mansions and jetting off in private planes. Nope, Keanu walks the walk. He's all about the simple life. The guy rides the subway for crying out loud. He's even been seen on buses and airport shuttles. How many Hollywood A-listers can you say that about, huh? Oh, and did I mention he's a biker? Not like a weekend Harley guy. No, Keanu is a hardcore motorcyclist. Even started his own company, Arch Motorcycle. Says riding gives him a sense of freedom and adventure. Now that's not something you can do with a big burly bodyguard riding pillion, right? And on top of that, he's just badass. With his skills, it would be mad difficult to find the right bodyguard for him. You see, Keanu Reeves is truly Hollywood's resident tough guy. Now when I say tough, I mean this guy could put most action heroes to shame. Seriously, he's a one-man army, a total powerhouse. He's got an arsenal of martial arts under his belt: judo, jiu-jitsu, kung fu, and even Krav Maga. But it doesn't stop there. He's also handy with all kinds of weapons. We're talking firearms, swords, knives. You name it, Keanu can probably wield it. Now, why does an actor need all these skills, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. Keanu is not just any actor. He's a man who loves action, lives for it, breathes it, and takes it to a whole new level. The guy does most of his own stunts, for Pete's sake. And he's not just doing this for the cameras. He genuinely loves it. His passion for action is so intense that fans are convinced he's actually John Wick or Neo in real life. For instance, we have The Matrix. Here Keanu was brand new to the action scene, learning kung fu and wire work, and he pulled off insane fight scenes, dodging bullets on rooftops, and even flipping off walls during shootouts. It's like he was born for this. Next, The Matrix Reloaded. Not one to rest on his laurels, Keanu was back at it, upping his game with more martial arts and pulling off a 360-degree kick, not to mention riding a motorcycle against traffic on a freeway. I mean, who does that? Then there's The Matrix Revolutions, where he's battling it out in the rain, flying hovercrafts and wielding machine guns. It's Keanu at his finest, pushing the envelope, breaking the mold. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, along comes John Wick. Now this is where Keanu really shines. He had learnt Gun Fu, which is like the ultimate blend of gunplay and martial arts. He tore it up in nightclubs, pulling off crazy car stunts. It's pure adrenaline. And in the John Wick Chapter 2, Keanu dived even deeper into the world of action. He mastered judo and jiu-jitsu, tearing through the streets with more stunt driving, and even sliding down a staircase with a shotgun. And finally, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. This was Keanu, the action guru, at the top of his game. He's learnt trick horse riding, going toe-to-toe with bad guys in a motorcycle sword fight, and showing off some seriously clever visual effects. Oh, and he's not just fighting with guns anymore. Nope, now he's using knives, axes, and even a book. A book, people! So yeah, when it comes to Keanu Reeves, the question isn't why he doesn't have a bodyguard. It's more like, why the heck would he need one? The man's a bit of a loner and a real-life action hero. But did you know that he's also one of the nicest guys in Hollywood? Yep, with mad skills, Keanu's got a heart of gold. He's not just respectful and kind, he's basically the poster boy for humility and generosity in Tinseltown. Let's start with how he treats his fans. Some celebs get all diva-ish around their followers, right? Not Keanu. He's always up for a photo, an autograph, or even a hug. I mean, imagine bumping into him on the street and he just hugs you. But it's not just fans he's nice to. On set, he's the guy who treats everyone with courtesy and gratitude. And I mean everyone. From the lead co-star to the assistant prop designer to the stagehand who's just there to do his job. Keanu's got time and a smile for all of them. But here's where it gets really crazy. This man isn't just generous with his smiles and his time. He's also generous with his moolah. Yep, Keanu is literally giving away his money. Once, he just up and gave 20 grand to a set builder who was in a tight spot with his family. No fanfare, no media, just Keanu being Keanu. And that's not all. Remember The Matrix? Keanu gave away millions of his earnings from that film to the special effects and costume team. His reason? They were the ones who made the movie what it was. So yeah, Keanu doesn't have a bodyguard. Maybe it's because he trusts people. Maybe it's because he's a badass. Or maybe it's because he treats everyone with such kindness and respect that they just want to return the favor. Who knows? All I can say is, Keanu Reeves is one of a kind. So, from uncovering Keanu's heartfelt acts of kindness on set, to the risks that come with stardom, those were the compelling insights into Keanu Reeves does not have a bodyguard. Here's why.